Hello everybody and welcome to the channel. So today we are going to talk about multiple topics, and we are first going to talk about the Lautaro Martinez operation because we do have a few updates to talk about. And so according to Luis F. Rojo from Marca, he said that Inter Milan have discarded the option of Arturo Vidal from Barcelona to include in the Lautaro Martinez operation. He is discarded by Inter. Barcelona and Inter Milan are negotiating for Lautaro Martinez with other names. So when this report came out, many people were asking, like, does Inter Milan still want Arturo Vidal? And we're going to get on with the Junior Firpo situation later, but I quickly want to address the Vidal situation. So people were asking, does this mean that Inter Milan do not want Arturo Vidal? Because Vidal was linked with Inter Milan for many months. Also, we have the Vidal and Conte relationship. They would love to work together again. But if we really look at this report again, right, it says that Inter Milan have discarded the option of Arturo Vidal from Barcelona to include in the Lautaro Martinez operation, which means that they don't want Arturo Vidal to be in this operation. They would like to make this into separate deals. So they still want him regardless of what happens. Whatever happens between Inter Milan and Barcelona, Inter Milan do want to get Arturo Vidal, but not in this operation. Now, what could be the reason why Inter Milan don't want to include Arturo Vidal in this operation? I have no idea why, but I do have one theory to talk about, right? Because I think the main reason why Inter Milan don't want to include him in the operation is because if we look at the past 3 months of Barcelona and Inter Milan negotiating, the main goal that Inter Milan wants to get from this operation is to get straight cash from Lautaro Martinez. Like, Inter Milan simply just want all the money. If they could get the 111 million in cash for Lautaro Martinez, then they would take it. They will be extremely happy. But because of this pandemic that basically twisted everybody's plans for this summer, this is the reason why we are looking at swap deals, and no club in the world wants to do swap deals. So in my theory, I think that Inter Milan says, okay, if we can't get the 111, let's try and maximize the amount of cash we can get in this operation, whether it could be 80, 85, or maybe even 90 million euros. Now, in result, the names that have been coming up for this operation is Junior Firpo and Nélson Semedo, based off this report, which means that the remaining amount that Inter is asking for is between 75 to 80 million euros, which is around 25 million more than the previous negotiation that we were talking about a week ago, where they said that Inter Milan would consider taking 65 million plus 2 players. But now we are hearing that it could be 75 to 80 million plus either Junior Firpo or Nélson Semedo. And this is exactly what Inter want. They want more cash. So will Barcelona put in this amount of money for Lautaro Martinez? Because look, Inter Milan right now have Barcelona in a very desperate spot, and that's the thing that really worries me, is that they might give in the 75 to 80 million euros. And according to multiple sources, Inter Milan right now are valuing Firpo much more than Nélson Semedo. And again, just to make things clear, Barcelona would much rather prefer to give only 65 million euros plus 2 players, because at the end of the day, Barcelona do not want to give 75 to 80 million euros this summer to anybody. And since we are talking about Firpo, right, who is a left back, I do want to bring in Marc Cucurella, because this is all going to tie into what this final conclusion of this topic is going to be. So yesterday, a report came out according to Mundo Deportivo, and they stated that Barcelona will not bring Marc Cucurella home from Getafe. So Cucurella is a player who was loaned to Getafe last year, and the reason why we did that is because Barcelona saw Firpo as the replacement for Marc Cucurella. They needed another left back, and that is why we have Firpo. Later on in March of this year, Getafe informed Barcelona that they are going to trigger the 6 million euro to completely have Marc Cucurella, meaning that what Getafe is going to do is going to completely tie off Cucurella and FC Barcelona, and Barcelona will have no control over this player. The only solution is to renegotiate with Getafe, but I don't think that's going to happen, especially since Mundo just stated that they are not going to buy Cucurella. Now, the only connection that Barcelona is going to have with Marc Cucurella is that if Getafe decide to sell Marc Cucurella to a team in like the Premier League for around 25 million euros, Barcelona will get 40% of that sale. But besides that, Barcelona will not have no control over this player. Now, the reason why I want to bring this report up is because if Barcelona do decide to let go of Junior Firpo this summer, they will have no plan B. They could have had Cucurella, but because of this deal deal because of the negotiations that they did with Getafe, Barcelona now has no control over this player either. And Cucurella is not the best option, right? He doesn't necessarily play as a complete left back at Getafe. He plays more of a left midfielder, wide winger, which is a position that does not exist in FC Barcelona, but it is something. And as a big club like FC Barcelona, you want to have options and be connected to all players. But with Cucurella, they don't have no control over this player, meaning that Barcelona will have to decline the interest of Inter Milan for Firpo only because they have no plan B, meaning that Inter Milan will have to look elsewhere and say, okay, fine, if you can't give us Firpo because you have no plan B, if you let him go, then we are going to look at Semedo. And the reason why I'm bringing Semedo in is because I know that Semedo is much more valued from the Barcelona fans, the board. People would much rather see Firpo go than Nélson Semedo. But then again, if Barcelona had that plan B, which is Marc Cucurella, then we wouldn't have this problem in the first place, and we would have easily let go of Junior Firpo to Inter Milan. So basically, Barcelona put themselves in a box, and so we don't know how this is going to turn out, but this is the current situation going on in the Lautaro Martinez operation. Is Barcelona going to let go of Junior Firpo? I don't know, because right now Barcelona have no plan B. They lost Marc Cucurella. The only one that we're going to have is Alba, and if we're just going to have Alba on that spot, knowing that he got injured 3 times this season, Barcelona is going to be in a very tough spot going on to next season. Now moving on to the next topic of the day, and we are going to talk about Timo Werner. And so this is going to be very quick. According to David Ornstein from The Athletic, he said Timo Werner's representatives held talks with clubs like Barcelona, Chelsea, and Manchester United. He has his heart set on a move to Anfield. Werner is absolutely desperate to join Liverpool, and we know how much club admires him. And so the main reason why I want to bring this topic up is because I know that Timo Werner is highly rated in FC Barcelona by all the FC Barcelona supporters, even the board. We have heard reports that the board highly value Timo Werner and would choose him as the second option if the Lautaro Martinez operation fails. And we also heard that Abidal and Ramon Plains did speak with Werner's father. They said that everything went well, but according to this report, Timo Werner only wants Liverpool. And look, this is great for him. He's German. He could have gone to Bayern Munich like every German player, but Timo Werner wants to be different. He knows what he wants. He's very calculated, and if he wants to go to Liverpool and he feels like this is the best move for him, then I highly respect that. Now moving on to the next topic of the day, and we're going to talk about Inter Milan's search for their number 9. And the reason why I'm talking about this is because Inter Milan right now is searching for a new number 9, because they know that there is a 99% chance that Inter Milan is going to lose Lautaro Martinez to FC Barcelona. And so in the eyes of us Barcelona fans, we hope that Inter Milan do find an agreement with another striker, because that means that Inter Milan will be more comfortable with letting go of Martinez to FC Barcelona. And according to Di Marzio, they claim that Inter can now accelerate to sign Cavani. Contacts are already made in recent days. However, that depends on the Lautaro operation. Contacts between Barcelona and Inter is constant, but cash figure is still not decided. Firpo could get added into the deal. And so yes, right now Inter Milan is looking at Cavani from PSG. And about 2 days ago, according to many reliable and credible sources, they have said that Inter Milan have failed to bring in Mertens from Napoli. Mertens right now is going to extend his deal with Napoli, and so Inter Milan has to look elsewhere. And so with Inter Milan looking at a player like Cavani, this is going to be a short-term solution, because right now Cavani is a 33 years old player, and he's also going to be a free agent this summer. So to me, it seems like Inter Milan is currently looking for whatever player is going to be free this summer. They know that Barcelona is going to try and get Martinez no matter what proposal Inter Milan give them, and also because Barcelona want to get this deal done in May. So Inter Milan right now is looking very aggressively for any striker, and right now that player is Cavani. Now moving on to the last topic of the day, and we're going to talk about Ivan Rakitic. So according to Fernando Polo from Mundo Deportivo, they said that here are the reasons why Rakitic does not want to leave. 1. The Croatian feels he has the confidence of Setien and that he will continue to maintain it. 2. Under Setien, he has been a starter in 60% of the games since Setien arrived, meaning that Ivan Rakitic feels very confident under Quique Setien. Because look, at the end of the day, what Ivan Rakitic wants is for a coach to highly value this player. Over the past 9 to 10 months, we have heard in multiple interviews that Ivan Rakitic feels disrespected. He feels like that he deserves more. And now with Quique Setien, based off these reports, he feels more confident and more secured with FC Barcelona. And we do have another interesting report coming from Mundo Deportivo. They said that Barcelona are upset by Rakitic's words. To cope, on Monday, the Croatian asked people within the board to protect the player, indirectly saying he expected better from Abidal and Bartomeu. And as for this report, I'm going to have to scratch this off. There has been no reliable or credible journalist claiming this statement right here. I think the only side that's upset is Ivan Rakitic. I don't believe that Barcelona is upset that Ivan Rakitic took those hits on Bartomeu and Abidal. And I'm starting to get that feeling that Rakitic just has that entitlement in him, that he feels like he needs to be very respected at FC Barcelona. And here's my greatest fear about Ivan Rakitic. My greatest fear is not Rakitic playing 70% of these games. My greatest fear is that because of Rakitic's very selfish act, this could cause a lot of problems for FC Barcelona in the transfer window this summer. Because look, we do know that Barcelona want to get Lautaro Martinez. We do know that Barcelona are trying to accumulate as much cash as possible to really secure that deal and maybe buy another player who costs like around 25 to 30 million. We don't know. It could be like a backup option or a super sub. And we know that the only solution that Barcelona has on the table to really be in a good financial spot this summer is that, according to Marca, they claim that the club estimate that they will lose around 200 million euros of income because of the pandemic crisis, meaning the player wages now make up 80% of the club earnings, not 63%. And yet Rakitic still wants to stay and be at this club, knowing that he's getting paid around 256,000 a week and taking away 13 million a year at this club and playing in this way. And we also have another report coming from Fernando Polo. He said that at the beginning of this month of May, Barcelona already contacted his agent Arthur Canales to tell him that no club contacted Barcelona about Rakitic. And so again, this is a very selfish act from Ivan Rakitic. I'm really starting to believe that as we get closer to this summer, Rakitic is going to stay at the club, when this could have been a summer where it would have been a great opportunity to sell this player. And look, I'm going to say this again. I don't think that Ivan Rakitic is a bad player. He is a great player. He's a world-class player, but his time is done at this club. He has done what he needs to do, and he can't put his great services to other clubs, to maybe like Inter Milan, PSG, but at a club like FC Barcelona, his time needs to come to an end. And the best thing that Barcelona can do for the next 5 to 6 weeks is to make it very clear to Ivan Rakitic he will see less minutes next season than he did this season. And if Ivan Rakitic really gets that and he really takes that into his heart, then maybe Rakitic might consider leaving to another club this summer. But as of now, Ivan Rakitic is hurting Barcelona more than helping FC Barcelona, only because of his highly demand wages and his selfish act. So that is it for today's Barcelona Daily News. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video.